that's the mystery of the ages, isn't it, Brad? You know, we've got some of the best luthiers in the world now that I think probably at any other time in history. And, but there absolutely is a difference. And you know, I've been, you know, I've dealt with quite a few of them. You know, I've been fortunate own several. And, but you can just almost tell a Loar. I mean, you know, you don't have to look, you know, and I've, you know, there are some great there are some great modern mandolins. You know, I mean, some really good makers, you know, now, and nobody, I think, would be ashamed to play them, you know, on stage or anywhere. But, of course, obviously the age, you know, that's something that I don't, you know, they've tried everything. We've tried, you know, all kinds of aged wood and different methods of aging it and so on, and all that makes a difference, but I think there's just no substitute for that natural. And I think also the parts marrying together, it's like no violin. You know, the more it's played, all the parts, you know, the ribs, the top and the back and everything vibrate. And I think they vibrate and just integrate a little more into one, you know, one entity. And I think that certainly has a lot to do with it. The more it's played also has a lot to do, although I've had a couple of just mint Loars that were not played. I had one that had only had one change of strings on it. And the guy had recorded, there was a little tablet in the case pocket. And he had recorded when he changed the strings and had his book there. It was pre-Mel Bay book, but he had his mandolin book. And that mandolin I probably didn't have maybe 24 hours playing time. I don't know, they didn't have much, but it had it. It had it. You could tell when you hit it. Yeah, it's there, you know. And of course, as you played it, it got better. And there are some ferns, you know. I've had some really good ferns. Bobby Osborne, as far as I'm concerned, had the best fern in the world. You know, but you know, Bobby Osborne played it as much as any fern has ever been played, probably. Yeah. And I'm sure that's one factor. You know, and there are several other good ferns. I had one out of that same batch, Bobby's batch, that was a good one. And, but it's almost like the secret of Stradivarius or some of the old violin makers. I don't know that, you know, I don't know that like Steve Gilchrist, wow, what a maker. But I don't think he's really going after so much the Loar sound. It's a very quality sound. It's really a great sound, but he's more going after his own thing, I think. And that's good. You know, you wouldn't want to have all Fords on the highway, you know, I guess. But anyway, you know, I don't know that, golly, I mean, they x-ray them, you know, I had a couple guys wanted to x-ray, you know, my favorite old Loar, you know, and they have a number of them. I don't know what else could be. I really don't. And you know, Charlie Darrington was a good friend of mine since the late '60s. I knew him. I met him I played down in Memphis, and you know, Charlie was, I mean, he was as knowledgeable on Loars as anybody was, and just about him. And you know, we talked for hours. You know, about I went down, and of course after he repaired Bill's mandolin, you know, that put him on the map for sure. What a job he did on that. And but he studied and made some great mandolins, you know, and they're still Dave Harvey's carrying it on, making some great mandolins, and of course Don McCroskey, I really like Red Diamond. I'm not trying to leave anything about it. I mean, there's a number of really good makers making some really good mandolins. But I can tell the difference, you know. And I'm not really sure why that is, Brad. I don't know. Maybe the wood, the type of wood may have had something to do. I don't know.